Good morning and welcome to Fort Zeller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Thursday yesterday. Today is Friday, March 22nd, 2019. It is day 3. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, please consider the word honesty. That's a character trait we are highlighting all this month of March. Think about what it looks like in your life, what it looks like in your friend's life. What does it mean to you? How important is it? Because if it is very important, then you will work hard at it. How important is it for your friends to be honest with you? How important is it for your teachers and your parents and your family members? Yes, even your principal. How important is it for all of these people to be honest with you? And if you value that kind of honesty in your life, hopefully you too will work on being honest as well. Don't forget, honesty is one of the easiest things to do, especially when you're doing the right thing, but it's also one of the hardest things to do when you know you have made a mistake, you've made a poor decision, and you have to fess up to it. For those of you guys who have been very honest with me in my office or in the hallways, thank you. For others, I encourage you to continue to think about the importance of honesty and then practicing it, not just with me, but also with your friends and your family. Now, the Race for Education fundraiser is still going on all this month. Miss Kane's class continues to have a commanding lead at $450. Then we have Miss Lucky's class, and then Miss Zurich's class has now moved into a tied second place position with Miss Lucky. Mr. Gantz's class is still in the third place position. Miss Yoakum's class is in the fourth place position. Miss Ogrechek's is in the fifth place position, and then Miss Eshelman's class is in the sixth place position. If you have a chance and you go online, you could go to crowdrise.com and check out the standings for the Fort Zeller Race for Education standings, and you'll be able to find your class's standings in comparison with everybody else. You'll notice that many of us are very close with each other, so all you have to do is do your part in raising a little bit more money, and don't forget all of that money goes to benefit our PTO that works very hard to try to make all of our experiences here at Fort Zeller a unique experience. Our 3 expectations here at the school are: number 1, be respectful; number 2, be responsible; and number 3, show that you are ready to learn. Also, don't forget our Mindful March Kindness Challenge is still going on. Yesterday, your challenge was to notice when you're tired and then to take a break as soon as possible. I'm not sure if you did it. Hopefully you did, and hopefully when you did it, you realize that you were mindful with yourself and your own health and your own well-being. Sometimes resting is actually the most important thing you can do in your life, and it is something that Mr. Lin actually has to practice. And kids, when you look at your teachers, also encourage them too to rest. It's important for them as well. We care about them that much. Now, the BBucks Cafeteria Challenge is still in effect. For those of you guys who are in second grade, you probably saw that I made a fool out of myself trying to do the floss with Miss Frederick's class. But for most of you guys, when you win the BBucks Cafeteria Challenge, the one thing that I really can't wait to look forward to is having lunch with you. Right now, we have a new set of rankings, and I actually have it on another document here. Miss Eshelman's class is in the first place position, and then Miss Booth's class has moved into the second place position. And then we have a two-way tie between Miss Ogrechek and Miss McDonald's class in the third place position. We can't wait to see who ends up pulling the final victory out. But until then, you guys are the ones in power. All you have to do is show that you're respectful and responsible and ready in the cafeteria. At this moment, please join me. You can take a seat here on the floor. You can sit on a chair. You can stand up. Of course, you can lay down. But at this moment, let us simply Take a moment and be present in this place and time. Let's begin our mindful minute. If it feels right, I encourage you to close your eyes like I am. If you don't want to close your eyes, that is absolutely fine. All you have to do is focus on a part of the classroom and soften your gaze. And then take a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Scan your body as you do that. Notice the quality of that breath you took. And if you're like me, you may want to do it again, more purposefully and more intentionally. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Take a moment as you breathe to notice the sensations within your body. The parts of your back that are tight, whether through anxiety or nervousness or simply because it was sore because you were playing a sport yesterday. Give your body permission to relax and to notice this moment in time. If you want to anchor your breathing in any of the techniques that we have shown to you, choose one and practice it. Whether it's smelling the flower and blowing out the candle, or the starfish breathing. As you breathe in, you drag your finger to the tips, and as you breathe out, you drag your finger to the webs, in and out. Perhaps you simply like sitting there and counting your breaths in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out, 1, 2, 3, 4. As one of the students at our school has taught me, he likes to breathe in by raising his hands and breathe out by lowering his hands. There's also bunny breathing that some of you taught me, which is 3 short breaths in and 1 long breath out. And finally, yesterday we had a student who created a variation of starfish breathing by dragging her hands along her arms towards the shoulders by breathing in, and then back out towards the fingertips by breathing out. Choose a method that works for you. And for the next few moments, I invite you to simply notice your breath and then expand your awareness to all of the senses that this present place and this present time can allow you to notice. You may begin. If your mind wanders, simply bring it back. Notice it. Don't get hard on yourself. Just bring your thoughts right back to the anchor of your breath. As you expand your awareness to your present place and time, study the sounds, the quietest sounds out there that you might not have noticed before, or the scents that you smell through your nose. Don't forget your feelings. What feelings do you have within yourself that you'd like to study a little more? Maybe it's a feeling that is normally not comfortable, something like sadness or fear. Or maybe it's a feeling of joy and happiness. Study where they are coming from. Allow those feelings to tell you what they need to tell you, and then allow it to dissipate and fall apart away from you in its own time. But always remember to come back to the anchor of your breathing. In and out. Now in a moment you'll hear a bell or a chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. And if you can't hear it anymore, at that moment you may simply open your eyes and awaken to the world around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort, where you are loved, where you are cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Whether you have a great day or not is ultimately your choice. So choose wisely, work at it, and enjoy the rewards. Please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance, at which point afterwards I'll come back and I will share with you yet again our new challenge, kindness challenge for the day. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now, your kindness challenge for today is this. Stop and just watch the sky or the clouds for 10 minutes today. Now, it may not be sunny today. In fact, it may be cloudy and a little bit rainy. So you may not make it outside for recess. But if you spend a moment at indoor recess, you can look out the window and notice the scenery. Most of the time, people think of these cloudy and rainy days as sad days, days that they label it with a feeling that, or a judgment that is not always positive. Have you ever taken a moment to step back and study a cloudy or a rainy day and say, you know what, there is actually something beautiful about that, and be grateful for it? If you haven't done that, I encourage you to try. You can simply look out the window today, and I believe that would be enough to meet the challenge. If you don't want to look at the weather or at the sky today, simply pay attention to a picture or a painting in the school. Perhaps there's an illustration in a book that you were reading that was just really captured your imagination, and be present in it at that moment. So think about how you're going to meet the challenge. There's a number of ways you can adapt it to your setting right here at Fort Seller. Your teachers will ask you about it, how you plan to meet your challenge, and how you might have already met the challenge. So feel free to share, and then challenge your teachers too and ask them, did they too take a moment to notice something like the weather and just enjoy it for 10 minutes? Whether or not you have a great day is ultimately your choice. I can't wait to see you guys around. Don't forget, today is a Friday. Make this end of a week really count. After all, you are going to go into the weekend, and then we will have a brand new week starting next Monday. Until then, I can't wait to see you guys around. Have a great day.